way from the start. Way from the start. Welcome to Ability MKE Now. My name is Sue Roskoff. Ability MKE Now is where we are dedicated to inclusion, connection, community, bringing people together and being relevant to everybody. That's what we do here. We are bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability to, excuse me, together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own, with people we know, or with people we encounter in our everyday lives. We all have different and unique abilities, and that is what we celebrate. Here at Ability MKE Now, we celebrate the ability in all of us. And joining me today is my co-host, Michael Martin Hummel. Michael is a writer, speaker, and podcaster dedicated to bridging the gap between disabled and able-bodied communities. Michael, I am so happy to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
And it is a bonus kind of night. We do have a wonderful gentleman that is hopefully going to be joining us yet today, but is not here yet. We know he was on travels, so he may or may not be popping in. If I'm going to leave the name kind of mysterious for a moment. If he does end up popping in, we will gladly go down a great track with him. If he does not make it, you know what? I will get him back because this gentleman is actually he was an Olympian. He's a speaker on more than like 500 stages. He's going to be spectacular, but I'm leaving it as a tease. We do, however, have a friend joining us that I would love to bring her in to join the conversation tonight. Debbie Miller is a longtime friend and wonderful, wonderful lady that I have the pleasure of through all these years of networking, not just, not just somebody we see on occasion. She's a friend. She's gotten to be quite the friendly face that I love to see. Debbie, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Sue. It's good to see you, Michael. It's good to see you. Looks like you're having a bit of an issue, but we're glad to have you here, I'm sure.
Yeah. And Debbie, you want to just remind everybody what it is that you do and where you're located? Because I know you do a lot of wonderful things, and you're a wonderful Midwest girl with us here. But why don't you go ahead and do that for us?
Sure, thanks. Sorry, my voice is being kind of weird. Anyway, I am Debbie Miller with Legal Shield and ID Shield. And so I help families and friends have basically an intercom system that takes right to their law firm for whatever questions they might have. And August is Make a Will Month. And so I just want to make sure everybody knows that it's a great way, a great need for your family, no matter who you are, your family, what size it is. People from 18 on up need it. And if you have one already, it might be a good time to review it and maybe even update it. So I'm here for that, but for whatever reason, and I'm here just to listen and hear how Michael's doing. So thanks, Sue. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Debbie. And yeah, Michael, I'm going to just pass it back to you to see if there's any updates, any news you want to share. And then I've got a quick little announcement that I'd like to share with everybody. But Michael, I'm going to pass it to you first.
I have nothing really to share. I'm probably getting out of the nursing facility the end of September, and me and my co-host have to figure out when we're gonna start the show up again.
Excellent. Well, there's something to look forward to. So we will stand by on that for more updates. But my little fun surprise that actually, I'm not sure, Michael, if you have heard about this yet. We've been doing a lot with the Disability Channel over the last handful of years. And we will continue being a friend of the Disability Channel, but another added piece we are creating is the Ability Channel. So that is a new twist on what we're doing. And we have a TV show that we've been doing for them for a long time as well. And that too is getting a facelift. The new name is Sparkability. So that is all about igniting conversations that inspire action, create meaningful connections, and unlocking possibilities. We were brainstorming, trying to think of what would be a good way to describe or to what would really hit people in a way that brings the message that because really we bring all these wonderful people to the microphone and give people a chance to share the wonderful things they're doing and how they are creating differences out there and making the most of what they do and of how they impact the world around them. And the more we really bounce this around, Spark Ability came together, and it's one word. We're actually my plan, my hope is kind of like Google's become a verb. I want Sparkability to become like that. Like, Michael has Sparkability. He knows how to ignite people. He knows how to get those conversations going and celebrating ability. And I love the idea that one conversation can change a life. And I think that's what we do here. We don't always know where the conversations are going to go, but often I walk away, personally, I walk away with things hitting me. It's like, this isn't just here for everybody else. I'm like, oh my gosh, this conversation was one that I needed, and
Yeah.
I hope that others are finding that kind of value in meaning in what we all are bringing forward as well. Because if I look back, I keep a notebook of all the shows that we do and all of the people that we've had on, and when I start flipping back and seeing names and topics, and it's like, oh my gosh. I'm blown away by by the level of interest and the quality of people and seeing, okay, a guide mentor, someone with sports performance, healing, divine light, purpose in age. Let's see, step as in support, trust, energy, persistence, the STEP program. And that's just flipping through a few pages of little flashback of what we've all been able to enjoy from people coming in and sharing something that's meaningful in their world. And I absolutely love that we are able to have that sparkability going on around us. And if this can ignite any kind of conversations beyond here, well, wow, mission accomplished. I love the we have that chance. And you guys are welcome to hop in whenever you like. I'm going to throw in one more thought here that it's August. Actually, today is August the 12th. And we do have some local adaptive water skiing events that now when I look at that too, that's where sparks happen as well. People that light up when they get a chance to do something that they've never done before, or they come and do it, once a year with us, or whatever that case may be. There's actually a huge amount of opportunity in in the southeast Wisconsin area here for adaptive water skiing. And for anyone who knows us, that's our thing. Doing skiing, doing water ski shows, that's one of the things that sparks me. So we're part of the Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club. We have shows out there every Thursday night all summer long. We'll keep going all the way through Labor Day, and that actually on Labor Day is our last show. But our club does an adaptive day on Saturday, August 22nd. So that's only 10 days from now. And we're about half full right now. And I've heard rumor of folks that are planning to get signed up. They just have to fill out that online piece to get that done. But we are going to have that at Pewaukee Lake on the 22nd of August. And information on that is definitely out there between our website and on Facebook. Website for our club, plwsc.org, which is short for Pewaukee Lake Water Ski Club, plwsc.org. And that's not the only place, though. The Lindsay Legis Free Water Ski Club down in Burlington, we have our last big day down there on the last Friday of the month, so August 28th. And the details for that is at lindsay.org, Lynzay, again, Lynzay.org. And that one, I don't know, that one might be getting a little on the full side. Last I heard, we were pushing 50 people coming to that one. So there's a chance it might be full, but that's okay. Come and cheer people on. We always there's not there's bleachers. There's not a shortage of space for people to be there and encouraging those on the water. And then one more event at the lake, which I think is a brilliant name. At the lake event. I'm going to double check that I've got the website right. So it's at the lake event. I believe it's .com or is it .org? .com. At the lake event.com. And that's a 2-day event. That's Friday, August 21st and Saturday, August 22nd. So yes, it overlaps with what we're doing in Pewaukee, but that's okay. There can't be too many opportunities for adaptive skiing, and with that particular event, it's not just skiing. It's not just skiing. It's also canoeing and any kind of lake kind of things you can imagine. Going for a ride on a jet ski. There's fishing. There's a small beach there. You can make sandcastles. Last year, the sandcastle was taller than me. There's a hayride, there's crafts, there's usually there also a rock climbing unit. I'm sure I'm missing things, but so many fun things going on with that as well. So those are fun local things coming up really soon here. And Debbie, I'm trying to remember, have I ever asked you, have you ever water skied?
I have not ever water skied.
Oh, we might have to fix that.
Yes, that would be fun. I would definitely need the adaptable things, but
That's why
it
we have it.
does. Yes, well, and even all the other things. That sounds really fun to be able to go to the lake event and have all the things that you can do. I'd love to see the. I don't think I've ever seen a sandcastle as tall as you, but
It's
you know,
amazing.
that would be fun to see, and the abilities to do something like that. That's quite a skill all in itself. So
Yeah, and
that
fun is
would
what it's all
probably
about.
that would probably spark a lot of imagination and creativity with a lot of people. So hopefully they'll all show up and enjoy that time. It's coming up really soon. I can't
Mhm.
really believe that it's almost the end of your skiing season, which means school starting. And I know it's like, I mean, we just seem to be in June and here we are, actually the end of August. And so that's kind of crazy to me. So
Yeah, feels like I blinked. It happens every summer. We get into the thick of things and it feels like, oh my gosh, there's such a long season ahead. And then all of a sudden, whoa, wait, we're almost done. And we're all like, can't believe we can count on one hand the number of shows that are left. And I mean, the community is amazing. I love being part of a community where it feels like a second family. We often talk about them as our ski family because really we spend a lot of time together over the course of the summer months. We do a bit in the winter as well, but not nearly as much, right? A lot of us are together as much as 3 nights a week, plus other times where we have to meet or we've had some weekend events as well where we, we did a traveling ski show up to Red Granite on Pearl Lake, and we tent camped with a bunch of the folks in the group, and talk about being able to really bond with your friends. I mean, really camping's the best. And then, tent camping and it happened to rain and all the things. You get stories, you get all the fun that goes with it. So being part of a group, I mean, for us, the ski club is truly the thing that we are the most closely tied to, but people are all over the place are parts of organizations, right? There's all sorts of different clubs or teams that you can be part of, and it brings so much meaning and excitement and spark to what happens in our daily lives. Things to look forward to, things to do together. And I know that's not for everyone, and that's okay. That things we're all different. We all have our own unique abilities, like we say all the time. But I love that there's so many opportunities in the area here in the Milwaukee area that whatever you're looking for, you probably can find. And I, I can't say enough good of what comes from having those opportunities. And I feel very blessed to be in a position where I've been able to enjoy something like this, something like the ski club for so many years. I, and Michael, I know you've been part of some team sports in the past too. You've shared with us about some wheelchair basketball teams you've been on and whatnot. What did that mean to you being part of a team and being able to do that?
It just taught me competition and teamwork and thinking about others. Like because the way I started off as like a forward, but I was most comfortable being a guard and passing the ball and being a playmaker and having the other people shine and showing what they can do. And like as long as we scored and had a good play, I didn't care if it was me. I just wanted it to be to I was a kid. I just wanted it to look pretty. And there's
Excellent.
also
Yeah, there's so much that comes from being part of something, being a cog in the wheel, whatever you want to say. There's so many different analogies that go with that we learn a lot of life lessons that way too, because you're not always going to win, you're not always going to lose, but both are going to happen, right?
yeah.
And to know what teamwork is. And I heard a lot of selflessness in the conversation there. You didn't mind with others were the ones that were shining out there. As long as good things are happening, that speaks volumes to what kind of a teammate you are. And I love that.
Others wanted us to win and to be a part of the play that got us there. I didn't care if it was me being the main guy.
That's huge. Because there's a lot out there that like they want to be the guy all the time, which we need them too. But without the rest of the team, they can't shine either. So it really does take teamwork to bring that together and be successful. So I
Yeah.
love that. It's a great perspective. Well, and Debbie, I should ask you too, what types of, well, I know one, but I'll ask that later. What types of teams or organizations or where have you found that in your story?
Well, back in high school, I was in part of the band, which was a lot of fun. But again, it doesn't matter whether you're only the only instrument. You can't do a lot with just one instrument. So there was even more of the same instrument, but it took a lot of different instruments to make the music really shine, spark. Uh, and other things, different organizations through school and some of the organizations that we've, just being part of my Legal Shield team has been really awesome because, like Michael was saying, you don't have to be the only one doing everything. You learn from other people. They can help support you teach you things that you didn't know, be there to encourage you when things aren't going quite as quickly or as great as you thought they should. But you know, that whole tribe effect, community is pretty much everything we do needs to have some kind of a tribe. And sometimes the tribes can overlap so that, we might be here doing the ability things, but we still can be part of other tribes that connect. And then those other connections connect in other ways. And so it just really builds constantly on all kinds of different tribes getting together and supporting and helping each other. So that is really awesome and encouraging and helpful without being overpowering for any of us.
Love that. And I know too that we met through attending a networking event. And I believe originally it was through the Happy Neighborhood Project. I think that was the connecting event.
Right.
And that's something that you're good at. You are one that you get out there, you introduce yourself, you make friends easily, but people are drawn to you because your heart is just out there and we know what a wonderful person you are and you're always helping others. I said before, we have to just step back, look for the helpers around you, and I know you are one of those. uh I I gotta ask then, so with all the networking you've done, what do you enjoy most about it? Because you go to a lot of different groups, you lead groups. What keeps you connected and inspired with what you do?
I just like building that community and the connections, getting to know people. Um, as some of them are people that we actually meet and saw, and so you just, oh, hey, I like what you're saying, what you're doing, and let's connect online. But in some of the cases, I've actually discovered people living in places where I have lived, or I knew people, or I wanted to go to some place, and so I have connected with them. And sometimes they're like, "Well, why are you asking me to connect?" And I'm like, well, I mean, there's stuff I'm pretty sure we can come up with stuff. Today, I met a lady. Her name was Debbie. Imagine that.
That's a
And
great name.
I know, I think, hey, I love our names. Debbie has three sons. And as you know, I have five sons. And so, I mean, we had 10 whole minutes to talk, and we never did talk about what our businesses were. But I do know a little bit about her family. She knows a little bit about my family. And that to me is really what networking is all about, just getting to spend the time to get to know each other. Because once I know somebody, you can easily find out what their business is, or what their occupation is, whatever that could be. And, you know, even if I don't need an author maybe right now, uh, but I know people who do want somebody to help with a book or other things just like that. So it just ignites that ability to find and make connections and connect other people, even without me. I mean, I can be a great connector, but I wouldn't have to necessarily be any part of their connection as well. So
Yeah, well, and
that's what I love about it.
excellent. And that's perfect. Even before we got on the air here tonight, there was a conversation that I kind of interrupted. Kurt was on with Crystal Hill. She actually has been a guest here before, and she's into publishing. And I know I wish I could have had a moment to join that conversation while she was still on here, but just that chance to reconnect and find those people that you've crossed paths at some point, right? And we never know for sure what the reason is why people cross the path when they do, but sometimes the exact person you need suddenly just is there. And we need to take notice of those moments because we all have we follow a different path. Everybody's on our own on our own trajectory. No two people are the same. No two people have had the same experiences. And I always look at everyone around me as someone I can learn something from because they bring value with all the things they've done that I've never even dreamed of doing. And it's fun to be able to connect those dots and see where do our lives intersect. And it might be that we just have a short conversation and it's a just a pleasantry, or it might be something where all of a sudden this person's going to be a major player in my life. You know what? Every person you meet, it's an adventure. You don't know. So being open to that possibility is something that I used to not really think much about, but when I look back at all the amazing people that have come through, even with this show, I mean, we've been here. Wow, I'm trying to think what year we started this. Have we been doing this now for, it's been over 10 years. And if I can't even fathom just how many wonderful people we've had the pleasure of having conversations with here who have given their time and and their wisdom. And oh my gosh, I think this is kind of prompting me like maybe I need to start digging back a little bit and see what stories I need to resurrect and maybe do a little bit of in follow up and inviting people back again because some of those that were here all those years ago, I wonder what they're doing now. Maybe now it's time to see where those dots reconnect again.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I know it's today also I got to meet Philomena Monclure from Florida, and I haven't seen her in a lot of years. No,
Mhm.
at least a year or so. And, just to find out how her life has changed, improved, whatever, because none of us are staying the same. So it's always fun to catching up with what the new ideas are, what things they're working on right now, what are their dreams for the future, and maybe even resurrect some of those. What did we think about and what did we talk about 5 years ago? Or what were the things that we were thinking were going to happen and did it happen? Or what did that idea spark in our lives that today is this, where we thought it might go a different way, but it's interesting how those sparks can ignite a lot of different areas in different ways.
So I'd
It,
like
it
to share.
yeah.
Hi, Mariana of Waikiki here. Didn't mean to interrupt, but we're on the road of traveling. And this past Saturday was my birthday, and we had breakfast at Denny's restaurants in Tucson. And we talked to the manager and the staff there, and told them, Debbie Miller, just what you just said about where do you see yourself and where do we see what would happen or not happen. And I just want to put a shout out to thank you guys for believing in the Acts of Kindness series, and especially Kurt Roskoff, who's on the board of directors with Nonprofit TV Now, who is showcasing my book trailers in Denny's restaurants. So there's a picture of me. I just picked up my free rewards coffee. It's going to be frozen. We're going to be traveling back to Mexico tomorrow, mañana. And also Helene, who we've met too with Nonprofit TV, is going to be showcasing the book trailers in Las Vegas restaurants. So who would ever thought? I would have never thought that was in my vision board of my book trailers being showcased in Denny's restaurants and getting it out there for ocean cleanup, anti-bullying, and climate change. And we're back to school season, and all classroom teachers in United States of America can receive copies of the books from donorschoose.org. That's donorschoose.org. So just want to thank you so much, and we'll be on the road mañana. So back to everybody else. Thank you so much for letting me share that journey. And wow, that vision board, you never know what's going to happen. But
I
you know
love
what?
it.
You
And
wake
for
up, you take
Hello.
action.
and for all of us here with Ability MKE Now, as always, to each of you, we can't thank you enough.